7 minutes left. Larry Bird follows his own shot. Oh, what a play.
There's Bird. Bird, 14 seconds, he got fouled. He hit the shot!
And I think it took me probably 3 days after a rookie camp. I found out that, hey, this league is nothing. I can play in this league and I will dominate in this league.
Larry Bird wasn't just great. He was ruthlessly, unapologetically great. A walking humiliation reel with a jump shot so pure it shattered egos, ankles, and defensive schemes all in a single motion. He didn't just take over games, he possessed them. Every trip down the court felt like a chess match, except Bird was thinking 3 moves ahead, while everyone else was still figuring out the rules. He'd call his shot, drain it with one leg, drop 40 using his offhand, and toss no-look passes. Before the league even had a name for them. He didn't just outscore you, he outsmarted you, outworked you, and told you exactly how it was going to happen before doing it like it was nothing. Trash talk? Larry didn't talk trash. He delivered scripture. His version wasn't empty taunting. It was prophecy. He told you the how, the where, and the when, then executed it so precisely you felt like a willing participant in your own defeat. This isn't a highlight reel. It's a masterclass in controlled chaos. Larry wasn't trying to entertain. He was built to dominate. He made defenders doubt their talent, made coaches question their game plans, and left fans torn between amazement and disbelief. These were the moments that left teammates shaking their heads, opponents cursing under their breath, and future Hall of Famers admitting there was just nothing they could do. The game winners, the trick shots, the steals, the cold-blooded precision. It was all part of the show. So buckle up. This is Larry Bird at his cockiest, craftiest, and coldest. He wasn't known for gravity-defying dunks or soaring rebounds, but he earned his name by outworking and outthinking everyone else on the court. This particular play didn't start with anything flashy. No dramatic setup, no highlight-seeking script. It started like hundreds of others. Bird gets a decent look and lets it fly. Even legends miss. But what happened next? That's what separated Larry Bird from everyone else.
Foul card. Austin would like to cut this to a 1-point game. 7 minutes left. Larry Bird follows his own shot. Oh, what a play!
No hesitation, no sulking, just instant instinct. Bird follows his shot, crashes through a sea of bodies, grabs the rebound, and puts it back up before anyone even realizes the first one missed. It wasn't flashy, it didn't make the typical highlight reel, but it should have, because this wasn't about talent. It was about will. The sheer refusal to let a possession go to waste. The determination to clean up his own miss and make the defense pay twice for giving him a second chance. This was Larry Bird doing what most players wouldn't even attempt, finishing a play that looked like it was over. And the best part? He didn't celebrate. No flex, no smirk. Just a quiet turn and back on defense, like that was exactly how it was supposed to go. Because for Bird, it wasn't about the flash, it was about the habit. Show up, do the work, finish the job, and make sure they remember exactly who made it happen. Fast breaks, usually a race. Get out ahead, attack the rim, maybe draw contact. It's straightforward. But Larry Bird never did things the straightforward way. He was alone on the break, no one in front of him. Most players would have gone straight to the cup, maybe a dunk, maybe a foul, easy points. But Bird wasn't wired for easy. He was wired for precision with a side of spite. As he brought the ball up, defenders scrambled behind him. The crowd leaned forward, expecting a routine finish. But then he pulled up, stopped cold, rose for a mid-range jumper, smooth, clean, surgical, glass, net, done. He turned a basic fast. Break into a message. I don't need the rim. I don't need pressure. I just need the ball. That's what separated him. He didn't just want 2 points. He wanted to control how they came, on his terms, with rhythm, confidence, and just enough style to make it hurt. Some players rise to the occasion. Larry Bird got bored with the occasion, like that road game against a weaker team. Nothing on the line, nothing to prove. So he made it interesting, decided he'd play the entire game with his left hand. Not because he was injured, not because of some gimmick. Because, in his own words, he was saving his right hand for the Lakers. And the craziest part? He meant it. He dropped 20-plus with his offhand. Layups, floaters, hooks, it didn't matter. And when the game got tight, when the moment demanded something real, Bird didn't flinch. He just did what he always did. Took over. Cool. Calculated. Unstoppable.
Larry Bird with 3 seconds left. Timeout for Portland.
Clock ticking down. Game on the line. Larry Bird pulls up like it's just another possession and drills it. No theatrics. No switching hands. No hesitation. Just another cold-blooded bucket. It wasn't about proving he could do it. It was about reminding everyone that he could do whatever he wanted, whenever he wanted. This wasn't some trick shot. It wasn't for show. It was Larry Bird tying the game in the clutch, not because he had to, but because he decided to. Just like that, the game was heading to overtime, not because the Suns collapsed, but because Bird willed it to continue. And in the next moment, the pressure in the arena was thick enough to feel. Everyone knew where the ball was going. Bird was getting it. The fans knew, the bench knew, the Suns defenders knew. But knowing and stopping are two very different things. He walked up the court with that signature expression, calm, detached, almost disinterested. Not the look of a man, stepping into hero mode, but something more ominous. A quiet confidence that whispered, "This is over." No urgency, no shouting for the ball, no need to clear out. He just got into position like it was a routine Tuesday in practice, and then he did something that didn't just quiet the crowd, it erased the moment, rewrote it entirely. Because when Larry Bird stepped into a shot like that, it wasn't just about points on the board. It was about control, about taking the weight of the game, the eyes of the arena, and bending them to his will. And he made it all look so effortless, you almost forgot how impossible it was.
That ball is going to have to put it right out. Max looking, loops it to Bird, a runner. It's good!
One leg. Defender draped all over him. Still, splash. He didn't stumble. He didn't celebrate. He didn't need to. He just turned and walked away like he knew. Because he did. The second it left his hand, it was over. That wasn't just a game winner. That was a statement, a reminder that Larry Bird didn't need perfect form, balance, or even space. He didn't need 2 feet under him. All he needed was the ball, the moment, and just enough daylight to disrespect you before the buzzer sounded. And Phoenix? They weren't just on the wrong end of a close game. They were extras in a Larry Bird highlight. Unwitting participants. In a moment that would live forever. The final seconds of a quarter don't always feel like a big deal, but when Larry Bird had the ball, everything changed. That's when defenders got tense. That's when benches stood up. Because Bird didn't see the end of the clock as desperation, he saw it as opportunity. The Celtics were setting up for one last shot. The crowd was on its feet. The opposing defense had done everything right. Smart switches, hands up, no easy looks. But that didn't matter. Not with Bird. All it took was one slip, one hesitation, one sliver of space, and if he saw it, even for a second, that was enough. What came next didn't look like a textbook shot, but Larry Bird never cared. About textbooks, he wrote his own, one impossible, unforgettable moment at a time.
Buckner gets the double team in half court. They find Bird. He's going to have to put it up. He does, and hits at the buzzer.
He's off balance, drifting sideways. The defender is all over him, and it doesn't matter. He rises, releases, and as the buzzer sounds, the ball snaps through the net. No celebration, no outburst, just another shot from a man who never needed. To prove he was clutch. He walks back to the bench like he didn't just hit the impossible. But for Bird, it wasn't impossible. It was routine. You can play flawless defense, contest without fouling, force what looks like a bad shot. But Bird made those the most dangerous ones. That lean, that awkward angle, it wasn't a mistake. That was the shot. Some players spend their careers chasing. Textbook form, square shoulders, set feet, balanced release. Bird respected that, but he didn't always care to follow the rules. It was the final possession. Everyone knew who was getting the ball. The defender stuck to him like glue, trying to deny the catch, but when Larry got loose, he wasn't looking to create space. He was already in motion. No time to stop, no time to square up, just Bird, the ball, and pure instinct.